Today we make a drink called Ohana. And Ohana
means family.
This drink is from Garret Richard and from his time at Existing Conditions, and it's his take on the Leilani volcano. And I think that the history or the origin is unknown or maybe misunderstood, or at least misunderstood by me. The most known version of this drink today is the Leilani Volcano 2.0 from Smuggler's Cove. And Martin Cate created that drink for a Disney Family Museum event because the drink has a connection to Walt Disney World and was served at the Polynesian Resort and can be found in the one and only Cooking with Mickey Around the World book. Now, the drink is unique because it contains coconut, pineapple, and guava, so very distinct flavors, but Mickey and all of his friends don't appear to be very original in this book. There's nothing really in here that screams new. There's a Mai Tai, a Chi-Chi, a Hawaiian Sunset, a Lapu-Lapu, and even a Margarita, and that Mai Tai recipe is pretty wild. But if Disney didn't make it, then who did? Well, it turns out a Leilani Volcano is a drink that you can find in the Trader Vic books. His lacks a coconut and calls for papaya instead of guava. Now, those two fruits are not the same. They don't have the same flavor, but one could assume how someone would just logically sub one out for each other. So was this a Trader Vic cocktail originally? I do not know. It does not contain the TV logo, which signifies he created the drink, but those markers are not always accurate. Some instances he says that he created a drink when we know he did not. Other ones he does not take credit for. And we know that he actually did create them. Now, my running hypothesis and theory right now is that these were drinks made for other hotels or bars, not true Trader Vic locations, so he doesn't take credit for them. Now, for instance, most of the cocktails that are right here from this Space Needle menu were created by Trader Vic, and you can find the recipes for them in some of his books, but he does not take credit for them in his books. Now, we'll come back to this cool menu another time. But if we look to the signature of the Leilani Volcano today, it's guava and coconut, and the oldest version is in fact from Disney World. Now, while this cocktail is not from the Tropical Standard book, it is from Garret Richard and Existing Conditions, so it's a little bit advanced. I'm going to make this exactly as the recipe calls for, but I'll be making another simpler version off to the side, and we'll see how close they are to each other. Because there's one huge issue in every one of these Leilani volcanoes that can't be easily fixed for many of us at home. And it's the biggest problem that I have in my life right now. It's a problem with guava. I love guava, the flavor of guava. It's by far the most important ingredient in pog juice. And you can find guava syrup, and it's about 65 bricks, or a ratio of 2-to-1, or on par with a rich simple syrup. It tastes good, but when something is so sweet, it's hard to use something else in that drink that is also sweet. So you can't always use a cream of coconut or a banana liqueur, or maybe you want vanilla or cinnamon or something else. You'd have to drastically reduce the amount of guava syrup, and in turn, you're going to be reducing the flavor as well, since a majority of that syrup is sugar and not guava. Now, you can find pulps, which sometimes work. I found this one in the frozen section of a Mexican market, and it's pretty good, but a little bit mealy. I also just found that bag moments ago. I've been looking around town. I found it in my own freezer, and it's maybe bad. It's a couple years old, so I'm not really going to judge this too harshly. Now, we could easily turn this into a syrup and dial in our ratios. I've also tried this super cheap and delicious paste. This stuff does not work. It's too much pectin. Trust me on that one. I tried. I thought maybe we had some simple, cheap hack, but we don't. Now, you might find some great tasting guava nectar like Kern's. Absolutely delicious, but it's also very diluted. The main ingredient in those nectars is water. Now, sometimes it can work, but you kind of need to build a cocktail around it, and you can't just plug in your Kern's guava nectar or Sun Tropics guava nectar in place of a puree or a syrup. The Smuggler's Cove version of Leilani Volcano takes us on by using a guava soda. Not only smart because that guava soda is delicious, but that also means that they do not need to carry guava syrup or a puree. So they've eliminated that problem, and they have something that's shelf stable. And a puree is what we see many recipes and bars call for. Now, the problem with purees is that high quality ones are expensive, and to get this shipped to me is an additional $100, even though they are a mere 30 miles away. So I'm on the hunt for all things guava, for future guava cocktails and videos. Hopefully many more to come this summer. And the one I'm going to use today is from the Oregon Fruit Co., which I found at a US Foods chef store, which came frozen. It does contain some sugar, so that might throw things off a little bit for this and all other recipes, but there's no real standard. Many of the purees do contain some amount of sugar, so you just don't know. and there's no real law saying that your puree can't have any sugar in it. Now, in addition to guava, we also need a coconut oil wash gin, and then I need a lime cordial and a very specific banana liqueur. All of those things I have made here in the past, or I will give instructions to in the description. I'll link to those videos as well so you know how to make this. But I thought that this would be a good opportunity for my guava problem to test a simpler version of this drink. So I'll make the exact cocktail from Garret Richard, and then a dumbed down version using a guava syrup, lime juice instead of cordial, and an off-the-shelf banana liqueur, still using that coconut oil wash gin because that's pretty easy to make and it's delicious. So let's make the Ohana. I'm gonna start with half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of my guava puree, half an ounce of pineapple juice, half an ounce of a lime cordial, half an ounce of a banana cordial. This is the banana bunch liqueur. Half an ounce of Cocchi Americano. And 1.5 ounces of a coconut oil washed gin. Right, let's try it. Cheers. That's delicious. That's great. It's so much different, I think, than if you've had Leilani Volcano, any of the versions. You expect this subtle, creamy guava flavor, and it's not too tart. This has a lot of brightness, so you get tartness from lime juice, lime cordial, guava, and then the banana and Cocchi work together great. And the coconut is very subtle. So it's not like cream of coconut at all, but it's not like Malibu either. It's like a different delicious coconut that's in the background. A couple years ago now, I shared a cocktail that I made up that used banana and Cocchi, and I was saying how banana and Cocchi go together so well. This predates that, but I never had this. I don't know if I'd heard about this till the last year or two. But it's great to see that it's true that banana and Cocchi Americano go so well together. If you don't have Cocchi Americano, out of all the aromatized wines that exist in the world, that's probably my favorite one. You could drink it straight, just on some ice, and it's delicious. It'll last in your fridge a lot longer than people might tell you. Just keep it in your refrigerator, and it'll probably last you years. And maybe it's a little degradation of flavor, but it'll still be good. But I think one of the things that worked out well here is that Oregon Fruit Co. guava puree with the sugar in it. This is it right here, and it's delicious. It has some sugar in it, but it has a much smoother consistency and texture than the frozen like pulps that you get, frozen purees, kind of cheap ones. So this is great. So if you have access to a US chef food store, or you can find that Oregon fruit, it's a really good guava. But we should find out now, how much different is the one I made? Now the one I made too, at least on paper, makes some sense because I upped the lime juice since we didn't use lime cordial, and then I used the guava syrup instead of lime cordial. So we are hopefully pretty close in sweetness and sugar, and are kind of swapping some things out, using a little more or less, using more guava syrup because I still want that guava flavor, considering most of that guava syrup is sugar. Now this easy version that I made contained 3/4 ounces of lime juice, 3/4 ounces of the guava syrup, half an ounce of pineapple juice, half an ounce of banana liqueur, half an ounce of Cocchi Americano, and 1.5 ounces of the coconut oil wash gin. So let's see how close it is. Cheers. They're way more different than I thought they were going to be. I just assumed that they would, like maybe this one would taste better, and this one would be like its cousin that's just not quite as good. They taste almost completely different. And I think the big key here is lime cordial gives you a different, unique flavor. You get an intensity of lime flavor. And then I forgot, as I'm tasting these, that the banana liqueur in here is the homemade one from the Tropical Standard book, which uses little pieces of banana chips, which have a very strong banana flavor. And then it also uses 99 bananas. So this has some of that more isoamyl acetate, the flavor in banana, the fake flavor of banana, but that intensity of flavor is in this one. And that, I think, pairs better with the Cocchi and the oil-washed gin, where my dumbed-down version, it tastes more like the original. It kind of just is like a real guava bomb in a good way, but this one almost feels like there is a creamy aspect to it, and the Cocchi is not really there. The coconut is not as strong, but there's a little bit of coconut with a different banana, like a richer banana, and then a sweeter guava flavor. But both are really good. I got to give credit here to the Ohana, the real Ohana, for being a delicious, advanced, elevated cocktail. And then this just feels very simple next to it side by side. I think to sum it up best is that this seems like, oh, this is like a nice cocktail you can make at home from the cocktail Renaissance era. A little bit more advanced, a little bit more balanced, but like a good cocktail you can make at home. And this is one you need to go out to a bar to get. And that's why you pay a lot of money to go out to a bar, because there's going to be things in it that are multiple steps, extra steps are taken to get here. Now, all of you watching right now, you have the ability to make this one at home. You just got to go out there and make a couple things like the banana bunch liqueur, which there will be recipes to in the description, and then make yourself a lime cordial. Those are tiny details that matter quite a bit when you're making something like this. So that's it for this one, the Ohana. It is great, a delicious guava drink. I can't think of many guava drinks I've had that have been sort of nuanced and complex. Like, I love the Smuggler's Cove one, but it's definitely like a dessert drink, but it's still great. But this is just very unique guava drink. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support this channel more, go check out my Patreon page. More guava stuff in the future because I love guava. See you on the next one.